The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Monday, the 31st day of October, 2022. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate it. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Lindo's. I think I'm Jamal Hartman today. I don't know who I am. Who are you, Sandra?
Today?
Who are you?
I am Gwen from the Spider-Verse.
Oh, Gwen
I'm
from the Spider-Verse?
I'm the female Spider-Man, Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman, okay. And then Maya, I'm not sure who she'll be. You'll have to see. Will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. So it's Halloween. Is the family ready to go out and trick or treat?
So excited! So it's
I love the gloves.
But I said I'm committed to this costume, right? Because it's a unitard. So you will have this for the whole show, guys.
Oh, I love it. But Sandra, I just realized I don't know what I am. Shannon Smith, she's asking, what am I? I don't know, but I just realized I can't drink my drink with this on. So
so you're gonna leave me halfway through because you're gonna drink something and you're gonna take your mask off, and I'm gonna be the only Halloween character.
Well,
that's what just Halloween?
No, you got Maya too. I mean, no, I don't even know what I am. I was given this mask, and I don't know if it was for Halloween or just to permanently cover my face.
I can't even come up with something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, folks. Look, anyway, greetings everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome a discussion on whether we're better off than we were 5 years ago, before focusing on what each of us have done to improve Bermuda. I just want to also say, folks, you'll see a link. There's a link in the we put it in the chat if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. That link is for this year's survey. And if you remember, last year we did a survey the same time, and Nicole Walker, I believe, walked away as the winner of the Christmas prize. But we're giving away multiple prizes this year. And I want to say every last person I've sent that survey to actually filled it out right away. So we have, thank you for filling it out. We have a lot of responses already, and I thank you guys for taking less than 5 minutes to do it. But if you want to get into the winnings for this year, please make sure you just click that link. It's on our website as well. First thing you'll see after the picture of these guys is a link to fill out this year's survey. Some interesting questions. Help us out. The more feedback we get, the better our product can be for you. Michelle, wait, what's she saying?
I can't take you serious in this mask.
So I can take my mask off?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I got to take my mask off, folks. Woo!
I'm like, I can't even hear him.
I was sweating back there. Woo! Woo!
Oh, Jamal.
Michelle White says Jamal is a man getting a facial and nose wax. No, that's scary.
That's exactly what it looked like.
A nose wax. They do that?
Not the wax, but you know they put that stuff to get the blackheads out.
But it doesn't go. I'm thinking like going to put something and rip it. No, don't do that.
You seen that?
Ooh. No, don't do that. No. Let them hang. Don't.
It's like a new trend to get your nose like.
No, don't do that. You know, in honor of Halloween, what did you? First off, what did you do this weekend, Sancha? I mean, what? Hold on, sorry. What did Maddox do this weekend? What did your son do this weekend? Sorry.
You know what? We did not do anything Halloween. And normally I am huge on Halloween. We go to any Halloween activities that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I was just like, you know what? We're just going to do the whole trick or treat thing. And it's going to be Monday. That's it. Because Maddox had so much going on. He did, what did we do on, I can't even remember Friday at this point, but, we went to dinner on Friday. I went to the PGA and then we went to dinner. But Saturday he had a game against North Village where he told you he was going to win.
What happened, Sancha? What was the score, Sancha?
I don't know, Jamal.
Who won, Sancha?
I forgot.
Oh, memory.
Anyway, they're kids, you know. He danced gumbays Saturday evening, you know, H&H.
Yes. I got the pictures. I got pictures and video, by the way.
Oh, did you?
You don't send them to me anymore, so.
Oh, gosh. And then yesterday, I was so proud of Maddox. We had motocross, and he races in 2 classes, Pee-wees and 50cc, and Maddox was committed, and he did really, really, really good.
You know, one day we're going to clip all this stuff of Sancha, speaking of Maddox, when he gets older, and we're going to make him cry a ball of tears because, man, the mother's love. And that just brings me to my weekend. Like Friday, we went to hit some drive range. You know, I'm no good at golf, but I still won whatever game we were playing. But then on Saturday, went to the best comedy show I've ever been to, Marlon Wayans, right? And his whole setup was about losing his mom. You know, I believe he's the youngest of the 10 siblings, and just spoke of losing his mom throughout his comedy. And I loved how it was no holds barred, cancel culture. He went there. You name it, he went there. But it all revolved around his relationship with his mother. And it was so relatable for me. But I tell you, folks, it's nothing like, you know, people ask me, why go to so much comedy? Because you all think I'm grumpy. I need that laughter with the stuff, you know, we have to discuss on this show sometimes, man. If you have not seen Marlon Wayans in action, I'm
saying I want to see it now.
Man, you find out where he's playing next and get to that city, because that brother, he was good. He was good. Non-stop laughter. Now,
did you get any inspiration for today?
Well, let me just bring Sister Maya in. Please, Maya, I need you. That's a Halloween joke. It's a Halloween joke. Please. Go. Well, I'm going to say princess.
Hello, Maya.
You look like a princess.
Like, who's that good?
Not a princess. Stop saying that, Jamal.
What is it?
I'm Kate Sharma correctly from Bridgerton. This is her outfit I ordered off of Amazon. And I got these gloves at Orange Bay.
I was just gonna say, you got gold gloves, all right?
At least you can take yours off, Maya.
Oh, yours are right in your suit, right?
Yes, that's the most annoying type of costume.
Annoying.
Well, here's my joke, folks. I did get some inspiration. Got a little Halloween joke for you. All right, here we go. Let me get my laughing button, because you all don't, you know,
you don't
participate sometimes. All right. What happened to the ghost comedian on stage?
He got booed.
She got it. Oh, shucks, she got it. You got it. Stop. That was a good one. That's a good one.
Well, I love that Sancha got it. Like, that's what makes me happy.
Oh, sorry. Well, okay. We'll bring you back in for the news break, Mike. That was easy. All right, let's get into it, folks. Hey, folks, also, I just said it to you. Do not forget, go fill out that survey. Nicole Walker was last year's winner. We do a big giveaway for your participation while you're eligible for a big giveaway. So fill out that survey. Let us know your thoughts on the show. But let's jump into today's discussion, Sancha. So there were some arguments or debates leading up to the election for the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party's leader and in turn premier, and where people were saying, well, I mean, Curtis Dickinson himself, I'm not sure if Maya's got the whole video, but he himself said we're, you know, not better off than we were in 2017, right? So the question from the audience today, are you individually, are you better off today than you were 5 years ago? Are you better off today than you were 5 years ago? What are your thoughts? Like, I can't tell you if you're better off, but are you better off than you were 5 years ago? You're thinking, Sancho. Oh my. I see you.
I know. This is a...
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
here's the challenge for me, and I think me going first is probably, I hope it doesn't sway anyone else, but it's so many different measurables, right? So 5 years ago, I didn't, own a company, right? And so I believe when you own something like this, you can make an argument that you were better off, right? But then economically, based on where the economy is, am I better off when I measure this against that? So for instance, if, let's say, the example that people often use in the US is, if minimum wage was $7 5 years ago and it's still $7 today, versus the cost of, like inflation works, the cost of chicken was $10 5 years ago and now it's 15. Like, are we truly better off? Now let's give it one better. If you were making $7 5 years ago, you're making 10, but chicken was $12 5 years ago, now it's $20. Like, are you really better off? So how are we measuring how if we're better off or not, But for me personally, I think it's tough. It's tough. And I've written my notes, and I still can't determine whether I'm better off. What I will say is I have a better mindset than I did 5 years ago as to how to respond to things I can't control. She's in deep thought, but you see her.
This is such a loaded question.
That's why it's for conversation.
And then it's, am I better off, or are we the people better
individually
off? Two totally different things. I think, I stand in a similar position to you, whereas I own my own business, and I know that I have been put in a position to make sure that I'm in a good space. I cannot depend on certain things, right? I have to make sure that moving forward, I'm in a position we can't depend on the government. We can't, but then I look at our people and the cries are loud. People are struggling. People are, even trying to find employment. And, a lot of it was due to COVID. And I think that during the times of COVID, either you made money or you struggled, and we're coming on the other end of that. And I think it's still within the community. There's a lot of people struggling. So are we better off? Like you said, my mindset is different. I feel like I'm growing as a person. I feel like my businesses are growing, but I think that's from the work of myself, right? If we're leaning on our government, a lot of the decisions that have been made, I don't fully agree with, and I think that in long term, it's going to put us in a very difficult space. But I do think the government of then, I felt a little more secure.
No, it makes sense. I think, look, Curtis Dickinson's comment says, the question was, are we better off than we were then? Rosalind Famous, this is up to you. She asked, better off in what category? That's up to you to tell us. It's an open question. Yeah. And like I said, I may be better off in one area of my life and actually feel like I'm worse off in another part of my life. So that's up to you. That's why the question's what it is. Are you better off today than you were 5 years ago? You can break it down any way you want.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a loaded question. Are we talking about financially? Are we talking about socially? Are we talking about mentally? Are we it's a loaded
health?
Question. Yeah. Physically, no.
Well, I mean, some bones do age, folks. Muscles do too.
Physically, no. Mentally, yes.
I'm interested when we bring Maya in of her response, because 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure she was in college, right? Well, this was on the best years of my life. But I could tell you it's nothing like being out and having your own, but then having your own also means paying bills, responsibility, just different things, right? So everyone's answer is going to be different. But so I don't want people to think politically on this, although it is, the question does reflect, obviously a political entity being in power versus not being in power. I remember friends of mine who really just couldn't stand the One Bermuda Alliance, but during the America's Cup, they're like, look, oh, I'm gonna be honest, we're getting work right now. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't want to say that out loud. Again, 4 years ago we started a company. 4 years later, here we are. Today it's you, me, and Maya, like working, collaborating, doing this, having these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
I would say that, in one respect, I feel like I am better off because 5 years ago I was miserably working for Bermuda Tourism, where I didn't have the time because I was traveling every week. I didn't have the time to do something like this. So from that standpoint and what I can give back to Bermuda, I think I'm in a better space of more control over what I can do with my time and, have conversations like this with you all. But what are your thoughts, audience? Are you better off today? I know we've got people like Michelle White, who has her company today. I don't know if that she's better off, but I tell you what, she definitely inspires me with her LinkedIn post and what her company does and it accomplishes. I
I
know.
can say 5 years ago,
What's
I
that?
was working 5 years ago. We talk, if we're talking about mentally, I
Mhm.
am definitely in a better space.
Mm.
5 years ago, I was still working at America's Cup, and when I tell you, I experienced the burnout of my life. When people say burnout, I experienced it.
Mm.
So mentally, like I definitely have learned to deal with things differently, but mentally, I'm definitely in a better. Imagine America's Cup having a baby during that time and
Right.
and still running a business.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. And honestly, again, it's going to be different things to different people. If I can't answer it collectively whether what or not we're in a better place. I can't, because at the end of the day, from a collective, if I would have to focus on government, and I don't want government to take over the conversation that we're having. Nicole Walker Center.
5 years ago, I was made redundant, which provided the time and opportunity for me to go back to school full time and finish my degree and move into a different career. So, in that respect, yes, I am.
I love
I
her answer.
love it.
I
You know
love her
what I mean?
answer.
Some people look at it like I was made redundant and it's the end of the world, right? And she turned that into a positive. Like, what can this do for me? So,
Her answer is so
proud of
relatable.
you, happy for you. And, she looked at the glass half full.
No, her answer is relatable. I mean, I was made redundant 4 years ago, and I always said I'll never be in this position again. And we birthed, BCG, and so I appreciate what she said, because the way she ended it as well. So in that respect, yes, I am. She categorized. She pretty much found a way to find a positive in where her life is better off individually. Michelle White says, yes, as a family and planning for our own future, I think we are better off. Son in last year of uni, doing well. I never dreamed that I would have my retirement plan being an entrepreneur actioned. Let's talk about that, because, folks, this question, I'm going to tell you, I hate this one question, Sancha, and people ask it all the time, especially, personal. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? But we never ask ourselves, where were we 5 years ago, and are we in a better place? Think about it. We always say, oh, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't like that question. I understand the need to have plans.
You're talking 5 years, Jamal.
Just such a loser. Hopefully healthy and, still being productive. But,
Do you forward plan? Do you have a 5-year plan?
I have an evolving plan. I believe in evolving plans. I know where I want to be, but, certain things didn't exist. If it weren't for pandemic, we probably wouldn't have the software to do this show, right? So I think things evolve. I'll use a business plan, for instance. Our original plan started with a podcast and an internet radio station, then this, and then things evolve based on needs. So I think the idea is you have where you want to be, but you understand that the plan has to evolve because needs of people change, right?
Got it.
Teresa Marie says, no, not financially, not health-wise. Business costs near double. No prices rises for our service for 6 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's rough. And Teresa, I
And this is what I was talking about. Like there
Yeah,
are people out there feeling it. Like when
yeah.
we talk about the community on a whole and at large, there are a
Mhm.
lot of stories like this.
Yeah. Are you better off today than you were 5 years ago, folks? What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Rosalind Famous, Sandra.
5 years ago, I had no electricity or water or work for my new business after going through two category 5 hurricanes. Today, I have electricity, watching you on my phone, and my company is growing. Yes, I'm better off.
That was a testimony right there. Man, there
Yes.
you go, Rosalind. And this is, I'm not down on anyone's opinion, but if we just, and it's tough because politics does impact so much of what we do and how we live. But if I believe all of us have some space, a pocket of happiness,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
pocket of success. And if
Or
we
working
actually
towards it.
go ahead, what's that?
Or working towards it. You
Indeed.
know what I mean? Not
Hmm.
sitting in that negative space, even if we're in like we all have these spaces where,
Hmm.
it's our downtime.
Yeah,
If we couldn't enjoy the happiness without the lows, right? The highs without
indeed.
the lows. So if we're taking it on and looking to what's the positive that I can make out of this and how do I grow,
Hmm.
it's actually a good space because you're not going to grow without bad stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Are you better off than you were 5 years ago? Shonette Bell says, I was made redundant 5 years ago. What's with redundancy 4 or 5 years ago? I mean, but yeah, I mean, I guarantee it. Well, are you better off today than 5 years ago? Let's bring in Maya. Let's see what she thinks. Because 5 years ago, I believe Maya was in college. I'm interested to know her answer. Let's bring Maya into the conversation. And folks, we've got another question after this, so stick with us. It's time for Maya.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy.
Look, every time I see you, I feel the need to put my hood back on.
Thank you,
So-
Sacha.
It keeps
Where's the
falling
mask?
out. Maya knew who I was. mind
So
you.
I don't know what I am. So
Look,
I'll just put it to the side. I'll do better next year, folks. I'll do
Maya
better
had
next year.
huge amount on my costume.
Huge Marvel fan. I'm actually
I'm
quite
sorry.
jealous. I love that costume.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We are having fun. But Maya, tell us. Well, are you better off today than you were 5 years ago in any respect?
I would say definitely yes. And still growing and learning everything every single day. So life changes. But I will say this: recently, I was talking to one of my closest friends in university, Allery, and she's actually here right now because she got chosen to take photos for the Butterfield PGA tour. So she's taking photography here, and we're in university together. We play field hockey together in J school together. Anyway, and I was like, we were doing work the other day, and I was looking at her. I was like, can you believe that? Like let's just say 5 years ago, we were like doing all this type of work, editing stuff for a grade, and now we're like doing it as our careers. Like this just feels so
For a
weird. Like it's
living.
so surreal. So yeah, I would definitely say I'm in a different spot than 5 years ago.
Yeah. And that's interesting. I think the way we measure progress individually is so different as well, right? Depending on what our goals are in life, what do we desire, what do we hope to get out of it. And some people may do it based on a new job, celebrating a new job. Some people may do it based on celebrating opening a new business. Some people may do it based on health milestones. But I guess one of the purposes of the question, and it ties into the second question of the day, which is what have you done to improve Bermuda, is really just having some accountability for our own lives and our decisions. And so it doesn't always have to be about who's in government or what the government has done or did, but how have we managed to respond to what the government's done or did with our own lives? And I just want to go to these comments. Sean DeShield says, collectively, Bermuda residents, but this is not about Bermuda as a collective. The question's individuals. He says residents are economically and socially not doing well. The cost of living continues to rise and the country continues to grapple with antisocial behavior challenges. That's understandable. But that goes into the second part of the question. Today's question is, what have you done to improve Bermuda? But again, we have to focus on ourselves at times. And that's why the question was based on individuals are you better off today individually? It's not about, everything. How do we respond to the rising costs as individuals?
Yeah.
What you got in the news for us today, Maya?
I'm tempted to talk like I'm Lady Whistledown, but I won't do that.
Can you just let me know what she talks about? Like,
Give him a sneak peek.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the Tarn. That is it. That is all I'm going to do. Okay. So, here's what you may have missed this weekend, Bermuda. Pause to the Park, the fundraiser for SPCA, had hundreds of dogs at botanical gardens dressed up in their costumes, just fluttering around and frolicking in the grass, while there was a lot of vendors up to raise money for SPCA. Seamus Power won the Butterfield Bermuda Championship for the PGA Golf, and Court Street Market Halloween Festival took place with vendors, food, and again, tons of costumes. And we had the end of Tech Week in Bermuda.
I think I saw Chewy, Power Girl Patrina's dog. I think I saw Chewy at the event.
Yeah.
Why was Pause there, Sandra?
No.
Oh.
See?
Pause can hear you. Okay.
Sorry.
And don't get me in trouble. We drove past there and Maddox was like, Mom, what's going on? Are they turning this into a dog park? Why isn't Pause there? Because I'm taking you to your next activity.
So basically Maddox is the reason Pause don't get to hang out with the other. Okay.
Pause is not very fond of Maddox.
Okay.
Oh.
Maddox came along and took over Pause's. Yeah,
Pause
I got
was there before Maddox. Yes.
Alrighty. What else you got for us, Maya? I'm not getting into any domestics.
Okay, well, starting tomorrow, Tuesday, November 1st, is a fatherhood series that's going to be put on by the Child Development Services. The first session is titled Fathers Stand Up, where veteran fathers will share their own fatherhood experiences. The series is ideal for fathers with newborns up to 5 years old, and it starts at 5:30 p.m. and the location is provided once you register. And you can register at tsdorm@gov.bm or call 478-3333.
So it starts today, or you have to register today?
It starts tomorrow. You had
Sorry.
You had a while to register, but I believe you can still register today as well for tomorrow or call as well.
I think men should look into this.
Indeed, I do. What else you got for us?
It's gonna be quite a bit of people talking, and there's also gonna be food. So again,
you just done it, fellas. Fellas, they go ahead and grab.
We got them there. We're feeding them.
There you go.
Next up, if you're looking for more transparency, because all the time that's all we hear is people aren't being transparent enough. I can't find any information. If you're trying to go online and search for things and find statistics and you can't find them, or you're looking at articles and you feel like these journalists or the news companies aren't saying things that you want them to say, well, here's an opportunity to kind of learn how to find all that information for yourself. I have an episode dropping today, basically breaking down step by step how to send a petty request. And here's a small promo of the clip.
Now, if you send a petty request and the public authority denies it, and the head of public authority denies it, this is when the ICO will get in contact and will get involved and do an independent search and an investigation to see if that information is actually meant to be denied to the public, or maybe you can actually get it and they are wrong, or in some circumstances you might not be able to get all the information, but you can still get a portion.
Okay, it's kind of crazy how many steps need to be taken if my request was to get denied. I mean, I guess that's why we have the ICO, because they try to keep everything transparent. And I can't imagine what it was like trying to get access to information without them if, we constantly getting denied. But yeah, talking about access to information though, what's the privacy level on this? Because will everyone know that it's me requesting this information?
Well, actually, they're not allowed to tell anybody that it's you. Only the person that receives your petty request should know that it's only coming from you. And while they're trying to gather all that information, they should never say your name, because that is the level of privacy that they are adhered to.
But what if they do tell? How will I know that it's private and that I'm protected? Are there any consequences?
Okay, so there is actually an example of when someone did break that privacy. And I'm going to let you listen to this interview that I did with ICO that explains what exactly happened to them in terms of consequences.
I love it. I love it.
Such a fun way to give information.
Man.
You gotta do it like that.
Nah, it got my attention. So when it comes out, when you're releasing that one?
I'll either be dropping it at 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. today.
All righty, folks. You know what to do.
And lastly, as we all know, today is Halloween. So just, be careful out there, stay safe. And one more time, letting everyone know the Bermuda Police Service is mindful that there are persons within our community who will use Halloween as an opportunity to commit unlawful acts which may cause injury to persons or damage to property. Such acts included are not limited to throwing eggs and other projectiles. And the Bermuda Police Service will take the opportunity to reassure the public that such behavior will not be tolerated, and officers will use lawful powers to deter and detect antisocial behavior. So just do the appropriate thing and look out for each other. And if you see someone doing something that they shouldn't, speak up and tell them that maybe you should not be doing that. Keep everyone safe today.
Don't do anything. Well, I can't say I wouldn't do. Don't do anything crazy, folks. Don't do anything costly. Don't do anything that's gonna
mindful, respectful.
Yeah, be smart. How's the weather looking for trick-or-treating, Maya?
Well, it's got a mix of sun and clouds, but there could be a couple of passing showers that are likely to happen. And we have a high near 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right. Well, Carla J says, Maya just left us hanging. Oh, man. Look, she knows what she's doing. Little teaser. That's that. There you go. That's right. You better go check it out. 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. Just make sure you follow Media Maya. What you got days of the year? I know it's Halloween, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I've heard enough of that. So it's World Savings Day. We're talking about being better. World Savings Day. Thinking about the future and making financial plans is a wise practice, and making a plan by putting a few dollars aside on a regular basis is what World Savings Day is all about. So, save your coins, people.
Speaking of being better off from 5 years ago, I definitely don't have more money. So, I mean, this is a good day to remind me where to be. Maya, thank you so much. Are you going trick-or-treating tonight, Maya?
No, I will not be going trick-or-treating tonight, but I will close off by saying, yours faithfully, Lady Whistledown.
You have a wonderful day, Maya.
Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow. All right, Maya Palacio, folks, with your Daily Hour news break. We're going to take a quick break. The question when we come up, folks, the question when we come back for you, what have you done to improve Bermuda? Interesting one, right? What have you done to improve Bermuda? Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's. I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
I say no to single-use plastic because I grew up in the most beautiful place on earth, and I want the next generation to enjoy swimming at a pristine Clearwater beach like I did as a kid.
There are studies that are showing that plastics are having impacts on fertility rates.
If we're going to have decades before these chemicals are out of our system, I think we really need to prioritize it so that we can see a future.
Ocean health and human health are intimately interconnected, and if the ocean is healthy, we're healthy.
We've looked at over 250 fish in 12 different species, and 40% of them had plastic in their gut. Well, in the past, single-use plastic was a convenience to us. It's not a convenience anymore. It's hurting our island, hurting our ocean, and we need to stop.
A little change makes a big difference. SMT, SUP, say no to single-use plastics.
All right, welcome back, folks. Big show. It's the Daily Hour. We've got Sancha. I'm Jamel. Sancha, I still don't know what I was supposed to be, but don't worry about that. I'll figure it out next year, folks. I got a year to remind myself. Thanks again to Medical House Fund Communications, Linda's, and People's Pharmacy. Don't forget to sign up for our membership, but also, folks, don't just hit the join button. Make sure you go on our website. The link, I will share it again. The link for our survey. Again, last year's winner, Nicole Walker, she won last year. We just shared the link again on Facebook and YouTube. Just fill out that survey for a chance. We're giving away more than one prize this year. Nicole Walker, I can't remember what you won last year, but it was a pretty cool gift. And you can win again. We don't have any limit on how many times one person can win on this show. We just believe in making sure that you all stay happy with chances to win prizes. So just fill out that survey for a chance to win. We appreciate your feedback. Hopefully my colleagues will share the link too, so that some other people could fill it up. And I say, calling them out. Anyway, hey folks, we got another huh? Oh, you heard that? I'm sorry.
Are we in the shade room?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I didn't mean. Sometimes it just comes. Sancha, this is a good question. I think it ties into earlier. What have you done to improve Bermuda? Another very open question. It's a loaded question. What have you done to improve Bermuda? That's the second question today. That's the question. That's what we're focusing on now. What have you done to improve Bermuda? And that could be anything, folks. It could be going to work every day, the kind of work that you do. It could be the way you're raising your children. It could be the way that you simply live your life. It could be taking on the government to change a law or end a law. But the question is, what have you done to improve Bermuda? Again, more accountability. This is about individuals. What have you done? Have you hired people? Have you had fired people? Have you volunteered? It's on you. What have you done to improve Bermuda? Sancha, you're smiling at this one.
This is another loaded question.
Yeah.
It is, but this one, it makes me happy. I can definitely say, me personally, in the past 5 years, I think that when you become a mom for the first time, you become this different person. It changes you, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many, like when I think about it, I am not a single use plastic person. Like I am big on the environment. One of the reasons Maddox goes to Summersfield is because I feel like that's one of their values. And so I'm all about and I wasn't like that before. It was around me, but I wasn't committed to it. So I don't bring this plastic water bottles into my house. When we leave the house, we have a water bottle that we take with us that we fill up. I'm big on those things. I feel like I try to raise Maddox in a certain way where he will be a good citizen. He's mindful. I'm very committed to that. And then even as far as when we talk about employing people, I sit back and I think sometimes, I'm like, Sancha, you have quite a few people that depend on you, and you are responsible for their livelihoods and making sure that they're able to eat and work. And so I can definitely say I feel like I've done a lot for Bermuda. I continue to do a lot for Bermuda, but there's still a lot more that I would like to do.
Yeah.
I think the place where I lack is my charitable arm. So I do want to get more into charity.
Well, I don't.
I do, guys. I do.
But hey, no, honestly, I appreciate that, Sancha. I think you said a lot just there in terms, especially from family to empowering people through work, providing opportunities. And I just want to put you on the spot. Is we had a young lady on this show earlier this year who's very much an outspoken person in the community, and she was someone that she was I don't want to say protege. I don't know if that's the right word, but just someone that worked for you at one point that
He
I just saw.
started.
I saw it in you how proud and happy you were, and to me that's doing something for Bermuda. That person is creating a platform right now, and you had provided an opportunity for that person early on. I love that. I absolutely love that.
I can say that. So, Teray, she
Hmm.
was, and then I have another young girl, Jada Simmons.
Hmm.
She started working with us when she was 14,
Hmm.
and and has not. She probably only stopped working with us maybe about a year ago. She is 22 now,
Hmm.
23, has her degree,
Hmm.
looking to do her master's, has a really good job, like
Hmm.
just settled. So now recently we just hired another 15-year-old Neve, and
Hmm.
I look forward to watching them grow and, just being a part of the decision making and their success, right?
Mm, mm. I love it. And folks, it could be that simple. Honestly, it could be that simple. And I don't want you to forget about what she said about how becoming a parent made her, look at things like single use plastics, stuff like that. There's so many things, but that you may have done that you didn't even realize helped improve Bermuda. What have you done to improve Bermuda? Nachika Trut, Sandra.
I have volunteered with Learning First to assist with school redesign. There is still time for folks to contribute.
Mm. What's learning first? Is that the I, I want to say, is that the school redesign where they're doing the focus schools, what they're called, like the you got what I'm saying, folks. If somebody help me out. Nicole Walker says, mentoring with big brothers, big sisters, my little age, also hoping to be matched again next year. We need more big brothers as so many young men go unmatched. Actually, truth be told, and this is a true story. I actually was in the Big Brothers program when I was in undergraduate in Rhode Island. One of the reasons I wanted to become a Big Brother was because when I was a young fella and my mother tried to put me in the program, there were not enough men for me to be matched with. I was thinking about doing it when I was in Bermuda, but I had already signed up to YouthNet, which was a mentoring program in Bermuda at the time. So I already had that. And then I was coaching, so I didn't have the opportunity or time, I should say, to also do Big Brothers. And I know Katrina was new at Big Brothers at the time. But what I did is Phil on this show, he had on his birthday is the day before mine. I believe it's the birthday. He must have raised money because he was a Big Brother as well, for Big Brother. So I actually took the idea from Phil and used one of my birthdays to raise money for Big Brothers and got prizes donated by Newstead and other places to kind of give away. So I say that to say, folks, even if you're unable to volunteer your time, there's still ways to give back and improve Bermuda.
Jamal,
Mhm.
Charity looks different to different people, right?
Yeah.
You just sat there and told me a whole bunch of charity that you've done, Mr. I don't want to do charity. You're very charitable.
I
I
didn't
love
want to share
it.
that. I'm
I
sorry.
love
I
it.
shared that publicly, didn't I? Okay, so let's say this. So, folks, I'm not one of those people who I do stuff and I want it plastered on the front page because that's not why I do it, right? And so, I just want my actions to be more empowering than feeling like I'm doing something so that it could go on my resume. That stuff you would not see on my resume. That stuff, and I don't want to take it wrong because the late Laverne Ferbert used to always get on me about this, right? I don't want you to think that charity is all bad and this and that. What I'm simply saying is I do have a problem with folks who will give $1 and then go, I did this for these people.
Yeah.
That's about you. It's not about the people who's benefiting.
I
Kiara,
saw
something.
someone
Go ahead.
recently, he had donated all of this money to like a netball team in Africa that they wanted to go to a tournament, but they didn't have the money. And the video made me so angry because the whole time it's like, look at what I did, look at that. It's just like, if you really wanted it to be about those girls going to this tournament, you would have gave that money and walked away. Maybe a picture, I don't know, but it was like a whole video of it, and they were kind of looking like, you could tell they felt so uncomfortable, but it was for his gain, and
I have an agreement with most people, like if individually at least, if I give that, it has to be between us. Now, obviously, being in the U.S. now, there's tax benefits for giving. So that's kind of where I'm conflicted at times, where it's crazy. What have you done to improve Bermuda? Kiara Sumner says, I started a business that allows kids to learn about Bermuda through play in an effort to build national pride. A deeper understanding of our island and how we fit into it can help drive a community forward. I love that.
I'm interested.
Yeah, hit us up. Send us an email, engage@thedailyhour.com, please, Kiara. Kiara. Sean DeShields and Renee Simmons both tell me signature schools is what I was talking about. Yes, that's it. That's it. Signature schools. Nicole Walker says, FYI, you can mentor as a couple, group, or company. Doesn't have to be individually. I did not know that. I honestly did not know that. What have you done to improve Bermuda, folks? Should I go? Should I share?
Yes.
Should I share?
Let's have it.
Number one for me is going to be helping to end conscription in Bermuda. And I don't think people still understand how important that was for Bermuda. But Sancha has a son. Sancha's son's no longer gonna have to be put in a hostile environment because the law says so. What we never speak about with conscription is, it was deemed a place where you break young men down to build them up. Well, there's men who were broken down that weren't able to be built back up. A lot of them were taken to what was called St. Brendan's back in the day, or Maui, and were never the same again. We don't hear about those stories. What we do hear about is the people who were lawyers and businessmen, right? Who weren't businessmen or lawyers because they were conscripted. They were businessmen and lawyers because of academic or professional decisions, but they chose to do that as a way of, I guess, give back or community service. So to me, ending a diabolical, systemic, racist practice in Bermuda that was discriminatory will always be one of the most cherished things for me, as far as giving back to Bermuda, giving people's sons the right to choose how they will choose or not to give back to Bermuda. That's top of the line. I would also say my time coaching at North Village, playing for North Village as a child, you asked the club for nothing. Your parents put you in these activities to kind of help you become a well-rounded person, right? But going back to coach was one of something I really enjoyed 2007 to 10, because I saw myself, personality in a lot of the players, and we lost, but we won. We won the Kappa tournament. So things like that, seeing how, parents coming to you and saying, my son wore his medal to church the next day, and the confidence that he's gained, and even in school from doing that's something I cherish as well.
What age did you coach?
9 to 11. Yeah, 9 to 11. So very, that age right before teens, when they were 11, especially, where they start to test you a little bit. Yeah, test you a bit more. But there's contributions in particular I think I'm most proud of, giving back to Bermuda, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I think when I look at stories of how people that I've mentored or coached over the years, where they are now, it's not all going to be great or good, but at the end of the day, you just want to believe that somehow something you said or done will help them through whatever they're going through, or has helped them to be where they are in terms of their success. But what have you done to improve Bermuda, folks? This is on you. It's on you. Oh, and what else? I can't forget this. Well, I can't forget this show, honestly. And I'm gonna use. I've learned a lot from doing this show, and I think the audience has taught me so much. But also, we've gone through people on this show, and I want to use Maya and Sancha because they were both one. It wasn't as easy as just asking them to be a part of the show. Even with Sherry, it took a year before she finally came on. When we first had our conversation, was a month before the show started. Sancha, about 5 months of conversation. She is too busy with mathematics, but they can give it a time.
I think I was probably the fastest person.
5 months. Yeah, but you were fast, but still long. I mean, but 5 months, and then Maya, that was about a year. But honestly, having you guys to have these conversations, and I mean it, because you guys put in work. Like the work that you guys put in to do this is not just waking up, rolling out of bed, and just sharing an opinion. It's deep thought. It's practice. Like, again, Maya hit me up. Oh, I've got a video for you. Okay, cool. She's just done a video. Sandra hit me up yesterday. Oh, what we talking about? And I try to beat her to the punch, send her stuff in advance, but she's so on the go. So I'm like, oh, here it is. But I say that because they work, folks. Like, it's not, honestly, trust me. These guys put in work. Work. That's why I ask you, please join the TDH membership. Join our channel. Show us some thanks. Join the super chat. Like, it's not easy to do this mornings, especially in Sandra's got a son, get ready for school, got to be up, like it's not easy. And I really do appreciate you, but also even the guests. I appreciate the number of people who continue to trust this platform to come on and have the conversations that we're able to have. I honestly thank this audience, like challenging us, being open with us, sharing stuff with us, and continuing these conversations in hopes that we actually do have a better Bermuda. Like, my hope is that conversations that we have on this show will lead to a better Bermuda, so that, honestly, we can be here celebrating more and honoring more than feeling down and speaking about why did that happen? What have you done to improve Bermuda? Let's get back to it. We've got Mark Arthur C. Phillips. Sandra.
Good morning. In the past, I would volunteer at Harbor Light and a feeding program at the Salvation Army.
Nishika Trot says, Learning First is a local organization working with the Innovation Unit to implement signature learning programs in public schools. Thank you so much for that, Nishika. Michelle White says, my overall goal is ongoing. It is to improve employer efficiency, and by doing so, open their opportunity to hire. Employment is key to Bermuda's success. Folks, I think we're all playing a crucial part in improving Bermuda, or we all can play a crucial part. One of my overall goals is to eliminate the need for charity. What do I mean by that? I would love for us to say we no longer need a breakfast program because everyone can provide for themselves. I know that would take a perfect world, but why shouldn't we aim for that? That's the aim. My aim is that while, cancer charities were very good for myself, my family, and my mother, that we don't need cancer charities because it becomes curable. You see where I'm going with this? So my idea is that we don't necessarily need the programs that we have today because we're so focused on eliminating the need for the programs. But again, we don't live in a perfect world. Sancha, should we take a break and come back and wrap it up and do your daily play today?
What is the daily play?
Oh, we didn't share that. The daily play today is going to be a remember when. Nachika Trot says, I work with my sorority, AKA, to implement programs to improve the lives of our residents. Jerian Richardson says, volunteered with Sea Cadets, Bermuda Sloop Foundation, judge and debate champions, back office, big brothers and big sisters. Sea Cadets is a great group that has done a lot for Bermuda. Do you have to know how to swim strong to do Sea Cadets? I'm guessing so, right? I mean, I can swim. Let me just put up that. I know how you all get. I know how you get. Sean D. Shields has started the difficult conversation about addressing the antisocial behavior crisis that affect in Bermuda. And this is important. This is important. A continuing conversation on antisocial behavior. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Folks, while we're there, while we're taking a quick break, again, Mark Arthur C. Phillips said he filled out his over the weekend. It's quick and easy. Please go to our website, share, and I'll put the link again. Just fill out that quick survey while we're taking a commercial. Nicole Walker said she won a spa gift card. Well, how was your spa treatment? How was your spa treatment?
Fill that in.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get you a treatment at a certain nail bar. I don't know. I don't know. But stick with us. Let's share that link one more time. Fill that survey out. We want to get us. If you know someone who watches the show as well, you can share that link with them too. We're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere because it's a Who Said It today.
I thought you just said.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm sorry, Sencha. I did say it was a remember when. It is a Who Said It. I'm sorry.
Okay. You see
Man,
what he does, guys? He just changes his mind when he feels like it.
Yes, you just called me right out.
This is what I said.
Thanks for that commercial break, just cutting off. Like, you know.
I hope the audience caught it. Like, what?
I felt bad though. I was like, oops.
Set her up. I hope that they see how you set me up.
Folks, and I'm sorry, Sanji. Accept my apology. I don't really like to say sorry because I just believe in change behavior. But thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Medical and Lindos. Time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia, and all available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sancha, are you ready?
Let's go.
It's a Who Said It. Quote, love the life you live, love the life you live the life you love.
What, Marley?
Wow.
Thanks for that easy one. That was pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay. I see what we're doing here. I see what you guys are doing. So basically, Phil last Wednesday is the only one we've gotten wrong in probably the last 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. I've got work to do on my end, Bermuda. I've got work to do on my end, Bermuda. I've got some work to do. Anyway, let's wrap this show up. Final thoughts, discussion first, Sanjay. I mean, we've discussed, are we better off? Are you better off over the last 5 years? And then we focused on our contributions to Bermuda. Final thoughts on both of those.
Are we better off? I think that we individually try to grow on a daily basis. So, as I said, individually, I think that we can take control or take the reins of our own well-being and happiness, right? If we're talking about as a country, I think that's debatable, based on the comments. There are people out there that are struggling, and that can't be unnoticed. But it's how we move forward and how we get better. And I love that some of the audience members, they're looking at the glass half full, and it's like, how do I learn from this? How do I move forward from this? And how do I turn this, put a positive spin on it?
Yeah.
As far as what are you doing for Bermuda? I think we should all step back. And like I said, it didn't happen until I got a little older that I realized that, listen, I have to be a part of this community and do well by it, right? I think a lot of times it's just like it's not my problem.
Mm.
And simple things like I get annoyed if Maddox tries to throw something down on the ground. I'm like, hi,
Mhm.
you don't do that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the KBB days, I miss them,
yeah.
right? And I think it's like a difference in this generation where it was in the 80s and 90s, KBB was huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't see it as much, not saying that they're not there, we don't see it as much. You know, they're not campaigning as much. So these kids now, they're just like, oh, I don't want, you know, so simple things like that,
Mhm.
you know, I have definitely taken on. And I like to think that by me turning my light off, it's doing something for the earth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, simply walking through the house, turning all the lights off, or, you know, changing my bulbs where they're more energy efficient. You know, just simple things like what can
Mhm.
we do for Bermuda and not just Bermuda, the world, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I would agree with everything you said. I mean, I don't even want to repeat it. I agree, especially regarding the discussion. Individually, I think every last one of us has something to say we're better off than 5 years ago. Even to look at our lowest point, there's something. There's got to be something. But collectively, I completely understand that we believe that the country, the island of Bermuda, is not better off. I'm not going to sit here and disagree on that. As far as the focus, what have we done? I think this is an important conversation to have because our contribution has to be more than just a mic. It has to be more than just a keyboard. And that's why I always say with this show, what our work goes beyond what we're doing and saying here. It has to. It's our responsibility. And we appreciate you all for riding with us and encouraging us, and even showing the shields, you know, mentioning what they're doing regarding antisocial behavior. You may not know him, but we're trying to bring this audience together so that we all get in that with Nachika Trot and the Learning First, that we all go that with Jerry and Richardson and Sea Cadets, so we can reach out and learn more about that. We can use this show to improve our community, one conversation at a time. Sandra, you got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living. That's Nelson Mandela.
Love it. Love it. I almost did a Nelson Mandela. Who said it today? It might have been that one. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Central Durham. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please be safe out there on your trick-or-treating journey. Sandra, what's your favorite chocolate?
I like all chocolates. I hate to say it. I am a chocolate freak.
Yeah.
So Madison and I have an agreement. He takes the candies, I take the chocolate. I don't know where his dad is left in it all, but
Jesse, they laugh you out, bro. Folks, make it a great day. We're out. I like Twix.